Our next guest is Brother Christopher Kitts. Before he came to Gilead, he had a very interesting assignment. Please welcome Chris. Chris, before we talk about your most recent assignment, I'd like to talk about your early years as a zealous evangelizer.
Okay.
So this picture, how old were you?
I was about 4 years old right there.
4 years old. And I see even back in the day that you were very fashion conscious.
Thank you. Personally, I think it's the socks with the sandals that brought that whole outfit together.
Yeah. Well, we love the picture, and we understand you had a love for the ministry too. So tell us a little bit about those early years.
Yeah, I always had a joy in the ministry. I loved it. It was my happy place. My mother would pick me up from school as a kid, and she would take me out with her and the other pioneers. And when I got baptized, I started auxiliary pioneering. And then as soon as I graduated from high school, I started regular pioneering.
Wow, that's excellent, Chris. Now, I understand that you also had a theocratic goal from a very young age.
Yeah. I got baptized at 10, and my circuit overseer at the time was Richard Ashe. And he got down on his knee, and he said to me, Christopher, when you grow up, you're going to be a circuit overseer just like me. And his words had a big impact on my little heart. I cherished them. And I actually set circuit work as a goal. And then in 2018, I was invited into the circuit work down in Richmond, Virginia. And that was amazing. I was in the circuit work there for about a year. And it was about 30 years later that I ran into Brother Ashe when I was visiting Bethel. And I got to tell him he was right. And I got to share with him what an impact he had on me as a child. And it really made me think of the impact that spiritually mature ones can have on young ones, helping them to set goals that can help them have the best life now.
We're watching Christopher Kitts, Gilead graduate, speaking at the 151st Gilead Graduation. He's talking here about his journey, about how he started in the preaching work aged 4. Make of that what you will. The thought of a 4-year-old going round telling grown-ups on their doorstep what their beliefs should be. I'll let you decide for yourself whether that's right or wrong. But in any case, this Christopher Kitts seems to have a feeling of destiny, doesn't he? He seems to be exuding this confidence, at least in my opinion, that he is a person of significance. That's what's coming across to me. And he relates this story of meeting Richard Ashe at his baptism. He got baptized at the age of 10. So at the age of 10, he was pledging his entire life to the Jehovah's Witness religion. That's even younger than I was. I was 11. So at the age of 10, he gets baptized, and his circuit overseer, Richard Ashe, predicts, or at least that's the way it comes across, that he will become a circuit overseer one day. Clearly it wasn't a prediction. I'm sure Christopher isn't suggesting that Richard Ashe is somehow a prophet or somehow has clairvoyance so that he can look into the future and know whether a 10-year-old will end up as a circuit overseer or not. Richard Ashe was simply expressing his hope that this 10-year-old would become a circuit overseer. This is a perfect example of a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you feel as though this is your destiny, if you feel as though it's something that you are almost built for, something that's intended for you, a path that has been laid out for you, of course you're going to go above and beyond to reach that goal. So that's what Christopher is describing here. What fascinates me is the emphasis on Richard Ashe, because if you know anything about the cover-up of child sexual abuse by Jehovah's Witnesses, the name Richard Ashe should ring some bells.
But within the congregation, ours is a spiritual protection. When we're talking about physical protection, that's up to the secular authorities to provide.
It states in paragraph 3, there is a time to keep quiet when your words should prove to be few. Do you see that?
Yes, sir.
You know, Mr.
I
Joe,
object to that. This is a violation of the First Amendment, freedom of religion, freedom of association.
So that was Richard Ashe, the famous Richard Ashe, who inspired the young Christopher Kitts to become a circuit overseer, who Christopher Kitts clearly looks up to, and who we're all supposed to look up to, because Richard Ashe is being featured so prominently in this story on the Inside Story. In case you're interested, Richard Ashe is described in an article in Daily Beast. Hopefully Tibor can overlay as I'm reading, but it's an article titled "The Secret Database of Jehovah's Witness Child Abusers." On April 1st, 2014, a high-ranking member of the Jehovah's Witnesses named Richard Ashe was answering deposition questions about cases of child sexual abuse when he made a rare, perhaps unintentional admission. Somewhere in their organization, a group comprising nearly 11,000 congregations in the United States alone, exists an archive of documents detailing the names and locations of every known child abuser within their American membership. The deposition, footage of which appears in The Witnesses, a 2-part Oxygen documentary compiling 5 years of reporting from the Center for Investigative Reporting's Trey Bundy, and which debuts February 7th and 8th, marked the first public evidence that such a database existed, but it was not the last. So yes, thank you, Christopher, for mentioning your mentor, Richard Ashe. You'll forgive me if I say that I'm not quite as enthralled with him as you seem to be.